Hi everyone and welcome back to Alejandro HD. And today I thought I would talk about Switched. Um, Following on from my Asian drama series, I've recently been watching The Glory. I think you may have seen the video on that. And yeah, I'm sort of going to start season 2 very soon because that's out. Um, Another one that came across my uh, browsing sort of when I was browsing through different series and different TV shows was Switched. Switched takes a very already known concept and really has a different, unique take on it, and that's why I wanted to do a video on it. So we've all seen Freaky Friday. Everyone's seen Freaky Friday, and different variations of Freaky Friday, wherever that is, where people switch bodies. So it's no secret. Like that's quite a that's quite a known trope in films. And what makes Switched different from the rest of those films was or TV shows and films or whatever, is the like uh, idea that there's a like, it's more than just switching bodies for and Freaky Friday comedic sense, all that sort of stuff. This is more to do with like somebody's identity and feeling that they don't belong and bullying and all that sort of stuff. And like that's what really took me by surprise with Switched. And I think with a lot of these different Asian dramas, like you see a real rawness to how somebody can be bullied to the point where they have to do something different or they are pushed to an extreme. In this case, of course, we've got Zenko, who is the girl on the right, this one here. So she is jealous of this girl's life here, and that is Ayumi. I can never say these names. So yeah, so from the very first, pretty much the first scene, um, Zenko commits suicide, and Ayumi sees it, and then their bodies switch. So she has her life, uh, and then she has her life. So Zenko is now in Yumi's life. Ayumi's life is now Zenko's life, and like I think if you just start what you watch the first episode, you're kind of like, right, okay, well, what's going to happen next? It's it seems to be very, very similarity from very similar sort of feel to the rest of the body switch, films and TV shows that you'll watch. But the thing with Switched is it teaches that even though you could be the most prettiest girl in school, as Zenko wanted to be, it didn't really matter because the personality of Ayumi shines through. So while Zenko is living Ayumi's life in her body, um, Ayumi is still being her real self in Zenko's body, and even though and things like that. So it's a really nice tale of even though you could have you even though how you look um can be a defining factor in your life. It's actually more about how you present yourself. And we find out throughout the episodes that no matter how much Zenko tries to present herself as herself through Ayumi's body and through Ayumi's eyes, she's still her, and people don't people just don't like that personality and still gravitate towards Ayumi, and Ayumi has to learn how to cope with being in Zenko's body and having Zenko's life. So there's a whole dynamic aspect there. Um, a few things I've written about this is that the originality. I mean, it's one of these things where they can only have so much originality when it comes to body switching and so on. And the story behind it is if you see somebody commit suicide, then you go inside their body and all that sort of stuff, which was a nice take. It's interesting, it's different. Um, and how these kids have to work it out, and how to get their bodies to switch back and all that sort of stuff is a nice, good little twist at the end. But we also see how terrible Zenko's life is compared to Iomi as well. So there's a lot there, and I really think there's a lot of depth to this and a lot of like really nice character development in this, and if you are if you have got like it's a mini series, it's only 10 episodes maybe, or maybe 8, 9, 10 around that area. If you've got a few hours, give it a watch because you don't just get an idea of the um like the desire to be somebody else, but you also get the reasons as to why somebody would want to be somebody else. It's not just, oh, this person has a better life than me because they've got more money or they've got more friends. There's a much deeper meaning, especially from Zenko's life, because Zenko has to deal with her abusive life at home. So she's not just escaping her social anxiety, she's also escaping her life in the sense of her parents, her she really likes the guy that Ayomi's with because, of course, because that's just how you make anything these days. But yeah, there's things like that. There's a lot of cheese. There's a lot of normal stuff. But yeah, just give this a watch, and I think you'll be very pleasant. If you like the glory, if you like things like that, you're gonna like this. It's dark. It's very thought driven, and you're gonna get pushed all the way to the end, and you're gonna be quite. I think you're gonna be quite happy with the ending. Anyway, I'll give this one a 7 out of 10, purely because it wasn't on for long enough, but I think if they made it any longer, it'd probably be dragged out too much. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.